Welcome to my channel, Pylenza. So today I'll be teaching you basic Python. So let's start with PIP. So let me just create a new terminal. So this is a new terminal. So open your terminal, and by the way, for instruction I'm gonna teach you in PyCharm. So we can what PIP is. PIP is basically Python's package manager, which we can use to install other people's code, meaning modules. Basically, you can think of it like a library, like how we go in the library, borrow books, and that's basically it. So to check our pip version, we just put pip, 2 hyphens, and version, and enter. We will get our pip version right over here, you can see it. And if you want to install other people's code, meaning the modules, we can simply do it by pip install any random module, let's say NumPy. So it will basically install the NumPy. By the way, in my case, it's already installed. And if we want to uninstall the module, we just put pip uninstall the module name, meaning NumPy. So NumPy is a module used for mathematical calculations. So we won't focus much on that. And we enter. So I'm just doing no for now because I don't want to uninstall it. So yeah, that was basically it. That was pip. Now let me tell you about comments. So comments are basically written lines for other humans to read, which Python will ignore. So let's say I want to write hijack, sorry. So if I want this, then Python will throw an error, as you can see over here, because it's invalid syntax error. So if we want to avoid those types of errors in our code, we can just simply do this little comment, which is a hashtag, which we can use it to comment our lines. And this basically makes our code clean and readable. Yeah, this is really great for if you're working on a large scale and if you want clean code which other people could read in your team. So yeah, this is basically it about comments. And if we want to multi-line comments, then we can do it by these stuff, double quote, yeah, like 3 of these, then we'll get triple quote. And if we use triple quote, then you can write also anything. In, he, I don't know, whatever, I'm just typing random stuff. Okay, so this was for multi-line commenting, which we can do easily. So if we try to do with this, we cannot really do it, because then, you know, on the next line we'll face some errors. So that was basically it from comments. Now let me teach you about the other stuff, which is types and print. So as you know by name, types are any type of number, text, or whatever. Now let me teach you those 3 types. 3 types. So those can be strings, anything. Let's say we put Hank, and then let me just put comments, like strings. So any value or any text bounded with these double quotation marks are called strings. Okay, it can be numbers, Hank 23, whatever. It can be symbols or whatever. Now for integers, so any number can be integers, let's say 19. This can be an integer. Now, for float, any number with decimal points can be a float. This is a float. Quite simple. Now, if we want this, then we will not get anything, and that is what we're going to use the print statement for. So now I'm going to teach you about operators. So operators are a thing in Python which we can use to define values or any other types. Let's say I'm going to put name is equals to, just like in algebra, we put x is equals to this, x is equals to that, and then I'm going to put age is equals to 19, and then I'm going to put money equals to 100. So this is just an example. Now these are the operators, and if we run the code, then we will get nothing. Okay, we got nothing. But if we want to print those values here in the output panel, then we could just simply use the print statement, print, P-R-I-N-T, and then you put the brackets, and then we put anything like name, just like how we defined there, or age, and we can do multiple by just adding a comma. I'm gonna use the comma. Okay, comma, and we have our money. So we can use the print statement for displaying those values, those particular values. Okay, now let's run the code. And then we got Hank as we defined there, but we won't get the quotation marks because in Python the quotation marks, meaning the strings, get hidden when we print them for the better output, for more efficient output. And then we got the age, and we got the float. Okay, so now you can also like put those directly. Let's say I'm just gonna do this for now. Let's say these do not exist. Now how am I supposed to run those? If I try to run those, because since Python is ignoring these three operators or variables, by the way, we call these variables, not operators, then we will have errors because these three does not exist, and even if they do exist, Python is ignoring them. So what we can do is put those directly if we want to. Let's say instead of name, I just put a Hank, and if for age I just put 19, and for money I just put 1.10. Yeah, this is basically it, and we can do the same, and we can also randomize it. It does not need to follow any type of order. Like let's say we put 100.0 first and then Hank. It can also that way, because it does not have to be order. So this was basically it from this side. Okay, now let's do some basic math in our Python. So let me just comment this out. Now Python will ignore this, as you know. Now if we want to do math, then we can simply just use the print statement and then add numbers. So let's say 5 plus 5, which we know is equals to 10. This is called addition, if everyone knows this. Then we have subtraction, 5 minus 5, which is subtraction, which we use to minus stuff. And then 5 multiplied by 5, which is, I think, 25, if you guys know. Multiplication, sorry. And then we can print 5 divided by 5, which is division. Now let me explain all for now. So if we add 5 plus 5, then it will be 10. As we know, we have studied this in, I don't know, first grade, second grade. And if we multiply this, then we will get 25. If we divide this, then we will get 1. Now let's just print this and check what we get. Yes, as we know, values are as we expected. So we got 10 for addition, 0 for subtraction, and then 25 from multiplication, and 1 from division. Now you might be wondering, why did we got a float value instead of an integer? Because in Python, if we just do a single division, we will always get a float value. Let me put float here. And if we want an integer, then we can simply do floor division. And let me tell you how it's done. So if we just put 5 and then divided, we just need to put double slashes, meaning division signs, to get floor division. Okay, floor division, which will always give us an integer value. Okay, so this is quite simple. I think you guys understood this. Yeah, we got it. We got 1 right over here, and now you might be wondering, what if we got the value in float? Let's say 22 divided by 7, or 7 divided by 22. Okay, so we might be getting here a float, but it will always round it down, meaning to find the nearest integer by subtracting it. As we can see over here, we got 0, because I think it must be doing with 0 point something. The result probably came in that. If we do it over here, then we will get a float value, 7 by 22. Yes, yeah, as you can see over here, 0.31812. Okay, whatever. So this was basically it, and for this video, I want you to actually practice these stuff. So go ahead, experiment as much as possible, and yeah, that was it. And I will give you a link in the description and pinned comment of a platform called CodeChef, in which you can solve problems like really easy, like you guys level. It's not lead code level. Like, you can simply do it. Whatever I just taught today in this video, you can apply it there, and then it will get drilled in you. You can easily do those stuff. So yeah, this was my video, and yeah, bye bye.